You see, Swami Vivekananda would normally not do this kind of magic miracle and say, I'll tell you what's the future. But once in a while, he can't help himself but just, tell us what he can see in front of his eyes regarding the future of India as well as other issues. I'll just touch on a few of them. Very interesting. First, a personal one. He kept telling his brother disciples, look, I will not live till the age of 40. And he said, why is he talking like this? He's a very healthy, young, very vibrant person. And he kept telling them, I will not reach the age of 40. He passed away at the age of 39 years and about 5 months. So, somehow this guy knew exactly what is happening and he was planning, preparing to even leave this world. Now, also, a few other predictions he made at the end of last century, which are very relevant, are as follows. You'll be surprised how well, these predictions have come true. He said within 50 years, India will attain independence. But then he put a caveat, saying in a very unusual manner. So I said, what does this mean by unusual manner? He means this non-violent movement and blah, blah, etc. So he already predicted that and that came absolutely true. The other prediction he made, which was very frightening and very true, is this. At the end of last century, he said, Europe is sitting on a time bomb. Because the countries in Europe are so keen on a materialistic agenda, they are going out to push each other aside, control each other, rule others. And because of this tremendous materialistic agenda they are focusing on, there will be a bloodbath in Europe. There will be a world war in Europe. He said this in early 19... So he said, this is incredible. How did he know? And we saw 2 world wars where millions of people were massacred just for position, power, money, countries, and so on. So both these predictions have come true. Now, regarding prediction about India, he said something very interesting. You see, he repeated this 2 or 3 times in his lifetime. He said, you may think that the glorious period of ancient India was the time of Buddha. It's true, that was the golden period. Everything prospered. Arts, music, science, university, everything prospered during the Buddhistic period. So that was the golden period. In fact, whenever any visitor passed through India, some from China, I said, they would say that we do not know what is this nation is all about. Nobody knows how to tell a lie. It's incredible. These are so guileless people. They must tell the truth. They don't know what is lying. He said, I've not seen any nation like this. So many visitors in the past have commented on this wonderful golden period of India. Now, today if you go to India and ask anything, I'm sorry to say, nobody seems to tell the truth. They send you off the wrong way. So I'm very, very nervous. But then Vivekananda said something very interesting. He said, my friend, we seem to be at the bottom of the cycle. But in days to come, he said, India will rise up more, it will be more glorious than it was in the past. And I said, how can it be more glorious? He could see that in front of his eyes. He said the following. He said, after India gets independence, it will be drawn to a very materialistic agenda, surprisingly. And look at India today. If I ask a person in media in India to talk about Hinduism or promote these ideas that we are promoting about this comprehensive and modern vision of Hinduism, they'll just shut me out. They say, there's no time for it. They just want Bollywood and dancing girls. So I stand no chance. So what was predicted by Vivekananda is certainly true. Today, modern India cannot relate to spirituality or Hinduism at all. I'm telling you bluntly. I'm talking about the man on the street. They can only subscribe to the idea of materialism, make bigger house, bigger car, buy fridge, buy this, marry the best beautiful girl, and live happily ever after. So this highly materialistic agenda that we see in modern India was predicted by Vivekananda. He said we are going to go through that phase. Because unless you go through the materialistic phase, you can't become mature enough to think about spirituality. You have to go through this phase. He could see that. And we are going through that phase at the moment. So you have to pass through this materialistic phase to grow out of it. Otherwise you always feel, if I can only have this, then I'll be happy. And until you go through it, then you mature out of it, like the Western world, then you can go towards spirituality. And he also said the same thing. He said, the message I'm giving you, the spiritual plant, the seeds that I'm sowing, the best fertile soil, you'll be surprised. He said, not the United States even, it's United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. He said, this steady Englishman will absorb these ideas, the deeper vision is promoting of spirituality suited to our age. They'll absorb it, and from England, it will broadcast all over the world. See what we are doing?
Yes.
We are following Vivekananda's predictions. There we are.
Indeed.
So you could see that the steady Englishman can easily absorb these ideas of spiritual humanism, focusing on humanity rather than God in heaven, focusing on the idea of egalitarian society, equality to everybody, dignity for everybody. These are wonderful ideas at the heart of Hinduism, and he could see England being the best, if you like, carrier of these ideas. And we see that today in London. I'm telling you, England has very checkered history. They were nasty people, pirates, looting from other parts of the world. Suddenly, after the Second World War, They really matured dramatically. So you got this wonderful egalitarian, social democracy. And this is ideas that Vivekananda would really relate to very closely, saying, yes, this is what spirituality is all about. So we say that in UK today. But he also said the following. He said, don't worry. After, he said a few hundred years, and not immediately, these ideas will revive and refresh Hinduism to such a great extent. This nation, which was essentially spiritual anyway, will in a way spit out materialism and re-embrace spirituality and become more glorious than it was ever in the past. When I look at modernity, I say, oh dear, we have to wait perhaps a few hundred years or so, and it makes me feel, I can't even wait till then. So it makes me a bit worried. But these are the predictions of Swami Vivekananda. And you can see all these predictions come true because these are prophetic people. They don't want to make a show that they can predict the future and I'll tell you who's going to be the winner in the lottery, etc. They talk about this kind of deeper vision regarding spirituality and how it relates to the world that we live in. So this is why we love Vivekananda.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism. Sponsored by People Care. Encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.